Imagine waking up one morning and finding an email from Ryan Serhant in your inbox. Yes, Ryan Serhant, the celebrity real estate agent out of New York City. That's exactly what happened with Andy Clark. Andy Clark is a young real estate agent out of New York City, and he has TikTok following of more than 215,000. After watching one of Andy's TikTok video, Ryan Serhant approached Andy Clark and asked him to come join his brokerage and work with his team. So in today's interview, we'll be digging deep with Andy Clark about his social media strategies, how he uses his TikTok, and how you can implement the similar strategies in your real estate business and help grow your real estate business. If this is your first time on the channel, my name is Singh with eXp Realty. I work with realtors to grow their business using social media. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, like, share, and leave us a comment, please. Without any further ado, let's go and talk to Andy now. Thank you so much, Andy. Really appreciate you taking the time out and coming on the platform and talking to us. Now, for some of us who don't know who Andy is, can you please take a minute and introduce yourself, please?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on, first of all. I'm very excited to talk about everything that I've experienced over the last couple of months over here in real estate. But my name is Andy Cleric. I am a 23-year-old realtor based out of New York City. I work at a company called Sirhands with an incredible team, incredible production team behind us. And I make 100% of my business, that is not referrals, off of TikTok leads. And I've expanded to Instagram and other platforms. So we're here today to talk about how you can do the same thing.
Absolutely, yes. That's the whole purpose that I got Andy on today. So, I just watched Andy's interview a few days back. I approached him and he was nice enough to get back to me. And that's why we're talking here today. So, as Andy said, most of his business, like all of his business, comes from TikTok. And he got a following of about 215,000 on TikTok, which is very impressive. So, Andy, when
Thank
did you
you.
start in the real estate? How long have you been working as a realtor in New York City and with the Serhant? And just tell us a little bit about that.
So I've been involved in the real estate world forever, basically. It's always been around me. It's been something that's been constant through my life. But I got involved in the New York City real estate world last November. So
Okay.
I am still a fairly young person to this industry. I've been working for a little bit over a year, and I believe I joined Sirhan in February. So uh, probably half a year now here at Sirhan. It's been an incredible experience, like I said. So when I first moved to New York, I didn't actually move here with the intention of doing real estate. I discovered real estate on accident, and it's a very cliche story, kind of. So my mom's an architect, so I always had that passion for buildings and everything. She always taught me about different styles of architecture, and I would always quiz her. I'd be like, "Mom, that building right there, what year was it built?" And she could tell me exactly. She'd be like, "It was built in this era period," and I thought that was just fascinating. So I
Interesting.
always had that love for architecture from a very young age. And then the rest of my family is just a very business oriented family. So I had the privilege of learning a lot from them from a very young age and seeing the way they spoke, the way they carry themselves, the way they sold their products. And when I got to New York, I realized that I loved all the buildings here and I loved the energy of the city. And I saw that there was truly a need for help, people, including myself. Getting to New York is one of the hardest things in the entire world.
Mm-hmm.
It's a challenge to get here, but once you're
Of
here, it's a
course.
lot easier. And I wanted to see if there was a way I could provide guidance
Mm-hmm.
to the future generations of New York City. So I got super interested into real estate because of a dream I had where I was a realtor and my mom was the architect for the building. So essentially, I was a realtor and I ran out of inventory to sell. There was nothing left in the entire area of New York City. And I decided to build a building. So, in order to build the building, I hired my mom as an architect,
Mm-hmm.
my sister, who is interior decorator, to be the interior decorator of the building, and we built a building together, and I was in charge of selling it. So that's the dream I had that night. And then the next day, immediately, I was very interested by that dream because honestly, it was a dream. It was like, wow, that was a dream situation. So I went to Barnes and Nobles and I purchased my first real estate book, and I just read it and read and read and read and couldn't stop reading. And then I was like, okay, I think I want to get my real estate license. This seems like something I could do. And then I mixed my love for video into the real estate, and that's how I ended up here today.
Wow. Okay. Okay. It's very interesting. Plus, yeah, your mom, your business background, and then your dream of building and reading the book. I'm very impressed.
Yeah.
That is that is something very it's amazing. So you are, I guess, 23 years. You're very young. 23 years
Yes.
old, your age. And how
I,
did
I think I might be one of the youngest people at this company.
So you're the youngest real estate salesperson at Sirhan's right now.
I'm not sure, but
Well,
possibly.
there's a good
Or
chance.
tying with someone. There's
There's
a
a good
good chance.
there's a good chance. Okay. Now, have you experienced any, does age has ever become a problem when communicating with your clients or something because you're young, like people trusting in you, lack of experience or something? How do they see it? How do you deal with that?
So when I first began, obviously I was very inexperienced. I had no
Hmm.
idea and I had much to learn.
Right.
And I jumped into this entire real estate career fully. I'm
Hmm.
talking about the first day of interest when I picked up that book. I was reading that book maybe 14 hours a day,
Wow.
learning for 14 hours a day. So I had a very fast progression of understanding the way the business worked. And when I was first starting out, I mean, obviously, I just took any opportunity I had. And I still have much to learn to this day. But through that experience in teaching myself and experience with clients and everything, I gained the knowledge to be able to answer their questions. I began with just rentals, which was a much easier market to work in here in New York City. So I gained my experience through there. Then, as I was doing those rentals, I got a hang of it pretty easy. It was pretty simple.
Okay.
And then while I was doing that, I was also learning about the sales process. And then I got my first sale and then my second sale. And then from there it progressed and I learned more and more and more and more and more. And now I'm progressing to an ultra high luxury market now, which is my goal for the next year. And I'll just continue learning more and more and more. And I really am a type of person that likes to learn from other people's mistakes rather than making them myself.
That's a very
So
smart.
I always asked around me. I
Yeah,
asked a
no.
lot of questions. I'm never afraid to be the dumb guy in the room.
If you're the smartest person in the room, so you're in the wrong room. So you gotta be in the room, where you
Right.
got the smartest one. So, and again, yeah, never afraid to ask questions because the only way you find out the answer is when you ask a question. So that's 100% very solid advice, Andy.
Another thing that I never really do, sorry to interrupt you there.
Yeah, no,
I
go
never
ahead.
say I don't know to a client. I never say I don't know
Interesting.
because that's where the client is going to know that you don't know. When a client asks me a question that I truly don't know the answer, I'll try to answer it with the knowledge I have, and if I don't, I'll just tell them, "Let me get back to you. Let me check my notes." And then I give them the answer. But I'm never going to tell them I'm never not going to respond to their answer or to their question.
But that's something that more of us need to do because that's one of the biggest fears, especially when someone is starting the real estate or any business. I would say, biggest fear of the new agent says, "Hey, you know what? I don't know everything. I talk to new agents every single day, and their biggest fear is, hey, you know what? I don't have all the answers." I'm like, you don't need all the answers. You just gotta get started, And as you said, if you don't know the answer, you can find it out. Just be confident, be out there, and you can find the answer. And when did you start? Did you start the TikTok before you became a real estate agent, or did you start it after?
Yeah, so I've been doing social media for a very long time. Like I said, I've been making videos since I was a child with home videos. I think we talked about this before. I was telling you,
Mm-hmm.
I I I've been making videos forever. So I've been just documenting my life. And every step of the way, I had a TikTok account before I even did real estate too. I was documenting my life there. And I think right when I got into the real estate game, I hit the 100,000 mark, something like that.
Okay.
And I continued making videos and it was just based on my life so that I could
Mhm.
sell those apartments to my clients. And from there, we've grown to 215,000 followers now. And I've made numerous business connections through TikTok, including being here today.
Of course.
And it's just, it's been something that's always been a part of my life. I just love creating content and documenting.
You got approached by Ryan Serhant or his team after they watched one of your Ryan watched one of your videos. Tell us a bit about more, like a bit more about that situation. How did that happen, and
Yeah,
how was it when you met Ryan for the first time?
it was wild. I made a TikTok about it. I
I
have
can
it on my
imagine.
page.
Yeah.
Uh, I think I have it pinned, so you go watch it on Andy Cleric with two C's. Um, and I was like, wow, like I'm going to meet Ryan Serhant right now, which is pretty exciting because obviously I knew who he was.
Yeah.
And he actually emailed me out of the blue and was like, hey, let's meet. And I came to the office and I met with him.
Hmm.
And we were sitting there, and I remember walking into the room, and I'm like, hi, I'm Andy Cleric. And he goes, I know who you are. And I was like, whoa. It's kind of a little moment. It's pretty
Yeah.
exciting. And then Ryan and I just had the most genuine conversation in the world. Ryan is a really genuine guy. And speaking to him, it was, very leveled. We had a great conversation,
Hmm.
and right off the bat, we had good connection, good energy. And then towards the end, he offered me the opportunity of joining the company, joining Sirhan. So I immediately said yes. I was like, absolutely. So within the next couple of months, I transitioned over to the company, and this was all because of TikTok, the power of TikTok.
The power of TikTok is it's really powerful, of course. There are so many agents, especially the real estate agents. They want to start on the social media. They want to start making the videos, but they have that one mental block, or they have this thing that they cannot overcome their fear being in front of the camera. What do you say to them?
So there's always going to be a reason why you don't want to start posting stuff on the internet.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and tell you that the internet is the most beautiful place in the world and that all I get is love. I get hate comments, I get, there's a bad side of the internet, but the good sides of the internet, you can really monetize on them. And you can make a lot of great relationships, a lot of great connections that will last you your entire life. So don't focus on the bad sides of it that, oh, my family might see this and might judge me, my friends might see this and might say it's cringe. Don't look at that. Look at all the good stuff. Keep a positive look on the internet because you can get so much out of the internet and it's absolutely free. What happens is people, for example, are afraid of getting onto the internet because they don't know anything about the internet.
Hmm.
Nobody ever knows anything about anything when they're first doing it.
Of course.
And the only way to learn the internet and specifically TikTok and social media and to be able to be successful in it is to just put yourself out there. And something I tell everyone because it's the one thing getting onto the internet. And honestly, it's not for everyone. It's really not for everyone. And if you don't try it out, you're not going to know if it's for you or not.
True.
I probably, I mean, I remember people would judge me for joining when I joined TikTok because it was a kids dancing app. And to this day, people still question the ability of TikTok to get leads and generate genuine leads. And every single day, we prove them wrong with the entire company here. We're based primarily on reaching the entire world through social media, through the internet. And going back to your question, you just need to post.
Just
I know you've probably heard this before. You just need to post. And you will absolutely, most likely, 95% chance, fail for a long time until you figure it out. Because I failed for maybe 5 years. I had a YouTube account, failed. I had a Instagram account that didn't really blow up until after TikTok.
okay.
And I mean, I made plenty. I think I've had maybe 3 YouTube channels that didn't work for me. And I wouldn't have learned the style of content that I make now today that actually worked on the right platform because it's all about right timing, right person, right skills, and right platform. And I
100%.
wouldn't have all these skills I have today without having failed many, many times. So, moral of the story is just do it.
Just
Nike
do
does it
it.
very well.
Just get started. That's the biggest thing. Just get started. Of course, yeah.
Absolutely.
Your first video is not gonna be your best video. It might be the shittiest videos you're gonna make, but hey, you're gonna make better videos by making the shittiest video first, and then eventually over the time you're gonna hone your skills and you're gonna start to make better content. But you gotta get started. You gotta take the first step.
Yes, absolutely.
100%. And what is your process of making content? Is there a proper procedure, a process that you follow, or you just, like whenever you think of something, you just in a snap, you record, do you batch record your videos? How do you do it?
So I've been doing this for a really long time, so it's kind of become kind of second nature to make content for me now.
Hmm.
I've learned what looks good on camera and such,
Yeah.
and I just see something and I'm like, okay, that would do well on TikTok. But the way that you can get to that point is this is the way I got to the point that I am now. Somebody a long time ago told me, look at other creators, and although let me so I remember the question I asked him. I was like,
Yep.
I want to be original. I want to be really original on social media because I was also really stuck on that posting.
Yep.
I would overthink everything too much. And I'd be like, oh, this video needs to be perfect before I post it. First of all, get rid of that thought process. You just got to post. In today's digital era, it's about quality, but it's more about quantity. You'll balance them out eventually. But he told me, see who you admire and kind
Hmm.
of emulate them. Make videos that are similar to them. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Do something that already is popular. You'll get your audiences because it's something that you already know people love and people can kind of follow. And over time, develop your own touches to it. And I can tell you right now, one of the first people I ever admired that I loved his YouTube videos. I was obsessed. I would very much inspire myself with his videos was David Dobrik.
Okay.
David Dobrik is a vlogger on YouTube, and I loved his videos. And I'm sure if you look at my videos now, it's not too relevant that he was my inspiration, but the early videos, very, very much, I was kind of copying him. Yeah,
Okay.
he was a guy I loved, and it wasn't with bad intentions, but that was just my way of figuring out how social media worked.
Yeah, yeah.
And what you can do today is, I mean, even more with TikTok now, it's all about trends. So you can copy the big people, not exactly the way they're doing it, but kind of copy their styles.
Hmm.
And then with time, you'll develop your own style. You'll add on to that.
I always tell people like it's just like going to gym, right? So you have to work on your creative muscle. Like when you go to gym, you got to work out slowly, like 5 push-ups to 10 push-up to 50 push-ups. So same thing with your creative muscle. You got to make one video, and then obviously with the time, those creative juices will start to
Yes.
flow in your brain, and then it will start to come up with your own ideas. And but that's gonna take some time. Again, we go back to the last conversation that you have to get started. You have to start making the video. You have to get in front of camera, just record, upload, and then just forget about it. And I guess another thing I would say, I'm sure Andy, you're gonna agree with me that do not attach yourself to the outcome of that video. Some videos are gonna perform great, some are not gonna do so great. Just don't let that thing kind of discourage you. Just keep on making the content. You never know which one is gonna help you just blow up on the social platforms.
Right. And I think that it's very important to also learn from those mistakes. You don't look at necessarily as a success or a failure.
Hmm.
Look at it as, okay, this is the video I posted. And now with all the platforms, you have access to analytics. So
Yes.
you can say, this is the video I posted.
Hmm.
Why did 20% of viewers drop here? What can I do differently? Or what was really good about this video that I can use in the
Right.
next video? And what was really bad about this video that I can take out? And that's how you evolve. Don't make a failure video and not look back at it because it was a failure, like, oh, everything about that video is bad. There has to be something good about that video because I guarantee you, you're not 100% wrong all the time. And just pick out the good stuff and then build the next video with the good stuff, ditch the bad stuff because obviously we don't want anything bad. And then you'll eventually develop. It's like polishing like I don't know, polishing something. You're gonna start out with it being a little scruffed up and everything. You're gonna polish one area, that area is good.
Hmm.
Then you're gonna move on to the next and next. Eventually, you're gonna have a beautiful polished piece of work that's gonna hit the algorithm and you're gonna go viral. And
Yes.
then you're like, okay, I did this. Now I have to recreate it, but this time I'm going to try something different because I already know this goes viral. Because if you make the same viral video over and over again, you're gonna get bored of it.
Hmm.
So you're gonna make that viral video. You're gonna put that in your back pocket and be like, okay, this structure worked. Now I'm going to try to invent something else or add something to that viral structure. And then you're gonna realize, oh my God, this second structure also works. So you put this in your back pocket. So now you have two viral structures that work. And I have my own viral structures and I repeat them all the time. You have these two viral structures, then you're gonna test something out. You're gonna see something else works. Three, and then at the end of the day, you'll have say a handful of viral structures, and then you'll just repeat those and then you'll just go viral and viral and viral and viral over and over because the internet's a pretty simple place. Once you figure out the algorithm and what people like, you can replicate it.
You think this is too late now for someone who's starting to like on TikTok or something? Because many people, I don't know if this is an excuse for them or so. They say, oh, there's already too many creators on now. If someone is looking to start right now, do you think it's already too late now, or there's still chance for somebody to get on the platform now and still be discovered by lots of people out there?
These are evolving platforms, so it's not. There's no timeline. They
Yes.
they're changing constantly. So I mean, my timeline for me, I may be reaching the end. Who knows? Only time will tell. Obviously, I'm going to keep evolving with the platform so that that doesn't happen. But there is no start. There is no too late, too early. You just have to get out there and do it because who knows? You could be the next Casey Neistat. You could be the next Ryan Sarhand. You just got to do it. You're never going to know your potential until you actually do it. And since it is an evolving platform, trends will come, trends will leave, people will come, people will leave. And it's just the matter of posting and posting and posting and seeing what keeps the people there and keeps you relevant.
And now a little bit about Andy. Andy, you're tell us a bit about the green suitcase that you carry and the green socks you. Story about that.
Yeah, so they're just my I'd say my signature look, my signature items. I always like to wear green socks. It's just something that I've just done for a couple months and I just love it.
Okay.
And then my green briefcase. I really love vintage clothing. It's one of my hobbies. I love thrifting. I love vintage shopping, and I love to have a different look from the, traditional real estate look.
Perfect.
And it's just cool. It worked out and it works with my career. So I'm glad I'm not working as a sports player or something like that because I wouldn't be able to wear what I wear today.
Yeah, no, and plus it really gives you a different, different look. It helps you stand out, and it looks good. And I will definitely, I'm gonna mention the handles for Andy's account down below. You guys can go ahead and check his Instagram and his TikTok, especially. Look at his videos and maybe get some inspiration from him, and also look at his green briefcase that he carries around, which is a very, it's
Yes.
very interesting. Now,
I
Andy,
get recognized with it, which is funny.
yeah, no, as I said, it's definitely helped you, stand out from the crowd. So that's something different. Yes. In general, do you read books, listen to podcasts? Like, what do you do in order to, self improvement and kind of stuff?
I wish I read more. That's one of my goals. I have a book waiting for me at home. I just bought it 2 days ago from Amazon. So I hopefully will get started on reading that. But yeah, I used to be a lot more into reading, which was honestly what I think allowed me to learn a lot from other
Hmm.
people rather than making the mistakes myself. And I do consume a lot of, I like to listen. I really do enjoy listening to people. I think it's something that can create, it's a very strong
Okay.
characteristic that I'd like to hone in more on, listening. And yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, it's just that. I think you're not going to be successful in anything if you're not listening to other people. So there actually is a book that I think helped me a lot in my career. Um, I may get the title wrong. It's a very popular book. It's by Dale Carnegie, I believe the guy's name is.
Dale Carnegie. Okay.
It's yeah, How to Make Friends and Influence People. Have you read
Yes.
that one?
Yes, I have read that one. Yes, How to Win, and yes, I
It's
don't
something
remember
like that.
exactly, but yes, there is one out there. 100%. Yes.
Yes, that book was very good for me, and I that is something that I would recommend to anyone, and honestly, in any profession.
Doesn't matter what business, what kind of sales or anything. I mean, so you definitely need to have that skill, have the conversation, and speak, and make people comfortable with you. So that book definitely helps in that. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, Sandy? What's your plans? So after 5 years, where do you want to see yourself, and like which direction you're heading, buddy?
Yeah, I don't really know where we're going to be 5 years from now. I could not have told you that I would be sitting here at this moment a year ago from now, so it's very difficult. I do know that I will stay in real estate.
Hmm.
I have many aspirations with this career. I can see this career lasting my entire life and growing through it as well, because I think I have kind of an interest in development as well. So I don't know if it will be in 5 years. I think I'll be doing real estate for probably another decade or so. But 5 years from now, I can tell you this. I'm going to be a top real estate agent in New York City. That's what I
Okay.
can tell you. I don't know if I'm going to be working on other projects, but eventually I would love to develop.
That's awesome. Love that answer. That you're going to be number one agent in New York. Very good, and I wish you all the good luck with that. Now, one advice for the newer agents who are thinking about getting in the market or who just started, because right now, I guess I don't know about New York, but I guess everywhere else, its market is kind of shifting right now, higher interest rates and everything. So,
Right.
what do you want to say to those who's feeling kind of a little demotivated right now, not getting many leads, and they're feeling kind of they're being pushed out of the business? Anything do you want to tell them?
Right. I mean, I started working, I think I started working at a very interesting point in real estate because the market was thriving when I first started.
Hmm.
So it's very unique now. We're going to see a lot of people who don't want to stay in the real estate game because they're going to feel the pain of it.
Yes,
And who knows? We can't really predict the future. Maybe this all turns around and that actually is a great year, 2023.
totally.
What I can tell you is I'm with you. I haven't experienced the looming market that everyone's talking about. I haven't experienced this market either. And what we can do together is we can learn from this. Because once we make it out of this low season,
Hmm.
imagine how we're going to kill it
Oh,
during the
yes.
high season. This is a period of growth and understanding, and it might be tough, and we might not make those beautiful commissions we were making last year. But if you keep on working hard and hard, I guarantee you, the business is not going to affect us. We just gotta keep on moving forward. If we focus on it going down, we're gonna be focusing our time and energy on something else. Remain positive, keep on working hard, and the work will, pay off. That's what I'm not really worried about what's happening with the whole interest rates rising and everything. I'm
Hmm.
telling all my clients, We're gonna get you the best deals. We're gonna, focus on that specifically. Uh, the markets fluctuate. It's totally normal. It's healthy. It's breathing. And we're just gonna narrow and get you the best thing we can now. And for all the other real estate agents, just do your best. There's nothing to worry about. If you do your best, it will pay off.
Yeah, no, you just gotta stick around. You just gotta double down on your efforts, and yep, the times will pass. And as Andy said, once the market will go back to normal, the reward is gonna be much higher than the pain maybe you're feeling right now. So,
Right, but I even honestly, I think we are in a normal market because this is normal.
this is normal.
Things
Yeah,
go up and down. Yeah,
I agree.
things go up and down. So if for anyone freaking out about it, you are in a normal market, and this was inevitable. We've prepared. This is the most anticipated recession in history. We've been preparing for this. We knew it was coming. So now get ready, fight for your strongest fight, and then when we get over this it's going to be a little bit more difficult, most likely. Then
Hmm.
afterwards, it's going to be so much easier because you've been through a rough patch already.
Of course, and you're gonna come out much stronger on the other side if you stay strong right now. So 100%, very good. That's a very solid advice, Andy. Thank you so much. We appreciate you giving the time, buddy. Thanks a lot. Is there anything else you want to add at the end?
I think we pretty much covered everything. If anyone that is watching this has any questions, the DMs are always open. Feel
Perfect.
free to give me a follow, and hopefully, my content can inspire you to create some more. I love to see people tag me in everything. Anything, if you see clothes that you think I like, if you see a video you think I like, please tag me in it. I love to use social media to communicate with everyone.
Of course, yes. And I'm also going to mention his all the handles for his Instagram and TikTok down in the description. So please go follow him, watch his videos, get inspired. This guy is a rock star. Follow him. And we want to see him in the next few years become the number one agent in the New York City. And then we'll get him back
Absolutely.
on here and we'll do another episode. Yeah, connect with him. And thank you so much, Andy. We really appreciate you again. Thank you for coming out, giving us your time, and sharing all the golden nuggets you did, buddy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a good day.